Greetings and welcome to Ngm Matters, our very first Ngm Features. It's Monday, June 22nd, and I am so excited to begin this very first episode of Ngm Features with these guys, my two sons. We are coming to you right here in the middle of Lynchburg, Virginia. Monument Terrace is right behind us. If there's crazy noise going around, it's just called downtown life. Rich just got a brand new apartment right over there. We thought, let's take it down here, keep it real. I got some questions for you guys. So as we want to bring every Monday a word of encouragement to youth ministry leaders, tell them a little about yourself and also a word of encouragement to our viewers.
Yeah. So my name is Rich Brown. Very great name.
Rich Brown.
What?
Oh, whatever.
That was original. But anyways, I serve as a pastor in the PCA, which is the Presbyterian Church in America. Very theologically conservative denomination here in the States. And anyways, I've been a pastor the last couple of years now, and I've also served in the ministry the last 10 years, which is crazy how time flies. So yeah.
Ryan.
Yep.
What's your story?
I'm Ryan. I'm the other son. And I'm a student pastor out in Roanoke, Virginia. It's about an hour from where we are currently sitting right now. I've served there, full-time student pastor, for about almost a year now. So it's been super exciting, super awesome. And I've been loving to be a part of what God is doing in Roanoke.
You know, it's really cool because Ryan has such great ideas. I just rip off his ideas for Impact Student Ministries, and I appreciate, Ryan, all your ideas because I'm like totally copying.
Ignite Student Ministry.
There you go. There you go. See, I got the same thing, right? Give a word of encouragement because here's a quick. We chose Mondays as the day to bring you all as viewers this time of encouragement because Mondays can really be that. Yeah, I call it the Elijah syndrome. Elijah in 1 Kings 18 and 19 went from that amazing day of like victory for God is the battle of the gods. You had Baal and you had Jehovah, and of course Jehovah wins every time, hands down. But the next day there's a warrant out for his arrest, and actually Jezebel wants to kill him. So he's like hiding and he's spooking out, and he's kind of like self-doubt, blaming God, and the Lord reminds him, hey, there's like 4,000 prophets of me that have not yet bowed the knee to Baal. You're not alone. And that's why we want to bring these to you on Monday, because you're not alone. So, Rich, give us a word of encouragement, because Monday sometimes we feel alone. So what's the word God's given to you to encourage our viewers?
Yeah, well, definitely you do feel alone on Mondays especially. Definitely been there myself many times. I'm sure all of you who serve in the ministry have felt the same thing as well, but Mondays can be kind of that downer of a day, so to speak. You've had a spiritual high, so to speak. A lot of times, many great conversations. You've seen people just, they have, the gospel just kind of clicks, and you see this moment where they really understand it and they have a real vibrant love for Christ. And then the very next day, you might be thinking, oh, did I botch up this conversation or that, or what did I do, and maybe I could have done something else differently. And you begin to kind of doubt your own self and your abilities. And the beauty of that is that on those days when we feel our weakest, we're really admonished by the Lord to find our rest in Him, to realize that He is the Lord of the Sabbath. He is the Lord over His church. He's the husband to His bride, always faithful, always true, never failing. And so what's amazing is on those days when you might feel depleted and you might have compassion fatigue that's been built up over time even, the most wonderful thing to do is just to find your rest and your worth, your significance in Christ Himself, and nothing less than that. The enemy will often try to tempt us to find our worth in what we do, our performance, our values, etc. But on those days when we feel our weakest even, we are pointed back to find our rest in Christ.
Yeah.
So, what about you, Ryan?
Yeah, something for you guys, for me, because I get those dreary Mondays, if that's what you want to call it, oftentimes. Something for me that I have to remind myself is to remain consistent and specific relationships. And so for the first relationship to keep consistent would be between you and the Father. So always staying obedient to the Word, staying just persistent in prayer, and continuing that even on those Mondays when you feel down, when you feel like you don't want to do anything. Stay consistent with God the Father. And then the second relationship would be your relationship with other pastors or youth workers surrounding you. So for me, it would be in the Roanoke area. That's a great place of encouragement for you to say like, hey, how did this weekend go for you, or how did Wednesday go for you? And that's a good area of how you can be encouraged as well. And the third part is remain consistent in your relationships with even your students. Sometimes they can be the ones that have gotten you down, but also there's certain students, or even those same students, who can also encourage you and kind of build you back up as well. Sure. And just even hearing like, if they were, let's say they were the talkers, or they were the ones on their phones on Wednesday nights, and you talk to them on that Monday and you're like, how did this weekend go? And you just talk to them, and they can actually encourage you by saying something of a specific nature of, this is what I learned in my quiet time, or this is how great my week was, and that can encourage you as well. So the 3 consistent factors of remaining persistent in different relationships would be with God, obviously, and then with other youth workers or other youth pastors, and then your students.
Right. And that's something we thank you, because that's something we really want to see take place, even with this opportunity every Monday, is either myself or my wife Jan, or both of us will be interviewing different youth ministry leaders from all over the country. Small churches, medium-sized churches, large churches, small group leaders, student pastors, camp directors. I'm already building a list. We've already actually shot a few videos already to begin launching these every week. So come to us on Mondays and just think, okay, here, Lord, I know I'm not alone, but who else is out there facing some of the same things I am? And these 2 guys have been doing it, so it's very cool. You guys have a great week, and take care. Remember, what you do does matter for God.